Good evening. How are you, folks? Nick DiPaolo Show. I'm Nick DiPaolo, your straight white male host. How you is? How you was? Take a knee, bitch. Listen to that guitar work. That's Andy Fiore. On a guitar he built in metal shop in 8th grade.
Use the lathe.
Turn that quarter-inch stock right down. How are you, folks? Monday. God damn it. I don't know how you people do to have real jobs your whole lives, Monday through Friday, dealing with it. I don't know how you do it. I got to be honest with you. Got to be honest with you. I've been coasting since 1988. Haven't had a boss. We all go through these phases as comics. The first few years, you're laying around on a Tuesday watching Goodfellas at 1 o'clock for the 100th time. Oh, maybe I should write a joke. I got to work tonight. Actually, I did all the work at the beginning of the career, the 19 sets a night and all that shit. Now I'm, let's be honest. This chair feels good. I'm going to have a hemorrhoid operation on Monday, but I don't want to get into the details right away. I don't want to scare you. Should I talk about my asshole or Paul Manafort? Before I go any further, Brandon Lowe, thank you for contributing to the Nick DiPaolo podcast. If you want to do that, folks, the Nick DiPaolo podcast, you go to connectpal.com/Nick, connectpal.com/Nick, and you get 5 shows a week. One of them's free. $3.99 a month. Somebody told me it's 28 cents a show. Something like that. But connectpal.com/Nick if you don't have Sirius Radio. People are still signing up for it. It's a good thing. It covers my wife's coke problem, and we bought a cat. And, excuse me, Flemage. So thank you, Brandon Lowe, for contributing. He's been contributing since I started that thing. You can hear also my podcast on riotcast.com, iTunes, Stitcher, all that stuff. And by the way, my special inflammatory is now out on all, iTunes and all this stuff. CISO had it exclusively. So now it's cut loose, so you can get it, I don't know what it means, all over the internet, iTunes and other places where dog shit is sold. What do you want to talk about? I'll get to Manafort. We get that. I get the Texans owner having to apologize because he's a white guy with a lot of money and offended some young black guys. So I have the racist Yuli Gurriel for the Astros who made fun of you, Darvish. I'll get to that. Peyton Manning's accuser speaks up because everybody else is. And Kevin Spacey tried to fuck a guy. Wow! Thanks for connecting the dots on that one. What next? Rosie O'Donnell like Snatch? Get the fuck out of here with your fake news. Anyways. They're canceling House of Cards the next season. Never watched a season of it. Because why? Why? Because it's about politics and it comes out of Hollywood. Why would I do that when I lean right in my politics? Why would I waste my MF or time? 866-969-1969 is the problem. Is the problem. The phone number is the problem. You didn't even...
It went right
over Fiore's head. Right over Fiore's head. Oh, my God. I got to finish my plugs. November 10th and 11th at Comedy Works, Saratoga Springs, New York. November 17th, Cary Memorial Hall, Lexington, Mass. November 18th, the next night, my neck of the woods where I grew up, the Cabot Theater, Beverly, Massachusetts. So you looking at me like, why aren't I opening for you there?
No, I'm not. You read into these looks when
that's a joke, for Christ's sake. I do read into a lot of looks, but you did have this hurt look on your face.
That's
like your uncle finger popped you in a hot tub.
I'll be at the pickle house or whatever you said.
Andy Fiore will be
Pickles.
Andy Fiore will be at the Salty Pickle in Buffalo on Wednesday through Friday.
Yeah, it's a midweeker.
I come up with the best names of comedy clubs. How about Skid Marks in Buffalo? How the fuck? Skid Marks spelled M-A-R-X like the Groucho Marx. Skid Marks. I'm telling you.
No, I would have gone KZ.
Yeah, you go. Oh, did I give it all out? 866-969-1969. And I'll get to the World Series. All right, let's start with Paul Manafort. We only have 4 segments. You might as well get into this shit. All the lefties. I went by and Dean Abdallah was literally had his penis in his hand, giving it a yank, all excited about indictments going down. And the details came out today. First of all, we all know it was Manafort. He's got a partner, Rick Gates, apparently. But It's so funny watching, flipping through the news. The left is just jacking off like this is anything. Former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort and his associate Rick Gates have been indicted by a federal grand jury Monday on 12 counts, according to Robert Mueller's office, Cheese Dick. The counts include, listen to these sound serious though. The counts include conspiracy against the United States. That sounds very serious. Conspiracy to launder money. Unregistered agent of a foreign principal. False and misleading foreign agent registration. That's known as FARA, by the way. Or in Boston, we say FARA. FARA statements. False statements and 7 counts of failure to file reports of foreign bank and financial accounts. Oh, boy. And Robert Mueller said this.
Bye-bye, dickhead.
In addition, a guilty plea by former Trump campaign policy advisor. Yeah, he was a policy advisor for what, 30 seconds? George Papadopoulos. Wasn't he a character on Sesame Street?
Webster.
Papadopoulos. The big fucking Palumbo. What was it? Snuffleupagus?
Snuffleupagus.
Yeah, that's what I said. George Snuffleupagus.
But Papadopoulos was Webster's adopted dad.
Okay, we're not doing SNL here. Both of you back.
I'm not kidding. He was a football player.
Both of you back off the fucking mics, all right?
Same guy who played Mongo.
Hey, you're getting a little chatty.
You asked.
This isn't a fucking, you know how this show works. You sit there and laugh at retarded kids in wheelchairs, and I fucking...
Oh, I love that.
Anyways. Yeah, so George Papadopoulos was announced by Mueller. He admitted to making false statements to the FBI agents as part of the investigation. He talked to some professor in Russia that fucking tried to get a book deal. Manafort and Gates faced the first charges in the special counsel's investigation. This is also the first time the special counsel's office has confirmed that a grand jury has been impaneled. Ooh! But do you understand all the shit? Well, I'll get into the details real quick. 866-969-1969. Trump tweeted on the news on the indictment, and he's right on the money again. Sorry, folks. He says, sorry, but this is years ago, before Paul Manafort was part of the Trump campaign. But why aren't crooked Hillary and the Dems the focus? With 19 question marks, Trump tweeted, adding moments later, also, there is no collusion. That's a good question. Do you ask yourself that? Dean Obadiah? How do you say his name?
I think it's Obadiah. Oh, yeah.
Obadiah.
No.
Yeah, you were right. Obadiah.
Dean Obadiah.
Dean Obadiah. Boy, he's actually a likable guy, but I walked by when these indictments were announced on the Friday. He was, yanking his chain, and they got nothing here. According to the indictment, between at least 2006 and 2015, Manafort and Gates acted, that was his business part, as unregistered agents of the government of Ukraine, the Party of Regions, a Ukrainian political party whose leader, Viktor Yanukovych, was president from 2010 to 2014. Manafort and Gates generated tens of millions of dollars in income as a result of their work for this guy. And then this guy was tight with Putin a little bit. But again, this was way before. The indictment says Manafort and Gates laundered the money through scores. I've been to Scores many times. A lot of big-titted bitches over there. Hold for the laugh that doesn't deserve. They laundered money through scores of the United States and foreign corporations, partnerships, and bank accounts in order to hide Ukraine payments from U.S. authority. So the guy, look, Manafort's a dirty guy. Yeah, but that doesn't mean... Go ahead. What is it? Go ahead. I'm giving you permission. Fill it in.
Paul Manafort said this. I said, sure.
Mueller said this. And they said Trump did this. I said, sure. His father and my father were in the real estate development business together. But it's all lies. More than 75 mil flowed through offshore accounts. Manafort alone laundered more than 18 mil. God damn it. I'm not even smart enough to be rich in this. You know what I mean? Am I supposed to hate this guy because he knows how to play the game? That goes for any of them, except for Podesta. Manafort, 18 mil, which was used by the former Trump campaign. They keep saying that in the article, by the former Trump campaign, to buy properties, goods, and services in the U.S. He concealed that the income from the U.S. Treasury. So, he was keeping it. He was laundering that shit not to get taxed, all right? So he deserves to get whatever he's going to get coming to him. But I'm sorry, folks, it's not like he was tonguing Trump's balls, as Dean Abadiah would like to say. Gates, his longtime associate, his name appeared in documents linked to companies that Manafort's firm created in Cyprus to receive payments from politicians and business people in Eastern Europe. I wish I was half this smart. I don't know what happened. I went to UMaine, I got a 2.4. I was chasing average pussy from Lewiston. Yeah, I'd say the average chick in Bangor, 5'4", about, 266, 270. They could give a good blowjob, but they could actually be a pulling guard. They could lead on the screen. Rep Peter King, New York, said on America's Newsroom, there's no evidence of linking the Trump campaign to collusion. This predates the campaign entirely and could predate Paul Manafort even meeting Trump. The investigation still has to go forward. This is King talking. But what I've seen so far, there's no evidence at all linking the Trump campaign to Russian influence. But they're going to make it link. If you give these guys enough money and enough time, they're going to fool people like Dean Abadiah and a few people who work here who are huge anti-Trump people. They'll buy anything. They'll buy anything. Rosie O'Donnell has to go. I read her tweets. This bitch is the most unhappy person on the planet. Just hateful. Buys into anything that's fucking leans left. Except for Jenny Craig unsalted crackers. 866-969-1969. So Manafort replied when they told him he was, they convened a grand jury, whatever. I mean, he was fucking...
You're out of order! You're out of order! The whole trial is out of order! They're out of order!
Who said that? Who the fuck said that?
That is, so you guys on the left, again, get all excited and shit about this. Meanwhile, thick ankle dogface is sitting there, filthy as a whore when it comes to the dossier that her and the DNC funded. Do you understand what she did? Do you understand? It makes what Nixon did look like Cheez-Its. The fuck does that? I don't know. I grabbed the snack food out of my head. Seriously, that fat pig is sitting there in Chappaqua. Not even in Chappaqua. Actually, she's in London. Somehow she broke that foot. I don't know how you break a foot that's connected to a redwood tree for a fucking ankle. By the way, that's another thing I got edema. My calf swelled up. I told you that, right? Like fucking Hillary's. It worked out. It's a matter of time before I'm dead. 866-969-1969. Pick up the phone and defend the fucking Democrats and Hillary and that filthy whore. Call me now. Hi, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of My Pillow. Thanks to my patented fill that'll muffle the screams of any 12-year-old boy or girl. I made it machine washable safe so you can get rid of that pesky DNA. And I make it in my home state of Minnesota because I have warrants out for touching kids in the other 49 states. Nice mustache and giant crucifix. Anyways, you got nothing. I hope you're all excited. Hope Kathy Griffin's touching her penis tonight and Rosie and all you filthy whores about this because you got nothing. It's got nothing to do with fucking Trump whatsoever. But again, if you give Bob Mueller enough time, although he should recuse himself because he's best friends with Comey, who was running the fucking FBI when Obama was there, did nothing about this uranium wonder, anything else. Anything else. She's sitting there. She knew about the dossier. Can you imagine? Well, I want to know why she is so immune to this shit. Meanwhile, Russia was funneling money to her foundation, right? Her husband gives a speech for $500,000 to a Russian bank, but nothing to see there, right, folks? Lick my dirty nuts, you filthy fucking whores. Palumbo, join in. She wrote the lyrics to that. Christina Palumbo out of Bensonhurst.
Don't give me that smart alecky shit.
Oh, fuck off. Walnuts. 866-969-1969. I'm working like Springsteen for you people coming out of the gates, and I should have opened with the hemorrhoid stuff. That's going to have that chopped out on Monday. We'll get into that later in the show. Dog Hemi bent over a silly couch that you'd only find like in a honeymoon suite in a motel in Albany. He actually goes to me, "What, you don't have one of these at home?" He gets me down. He's got my pants on me. He's got my ass spread open. You know, I did the fleet enema this morning. He's got me splayed open like a fucking flounder. And then he goes to me, "I'm going to lunch. You stay right there." I guess that's how they break the tension. I go, "What is this fucking comedy?" He goes, "I'm giving you my A stuff." That's what he said. Everybody's a god. Thing is, I like this guy. He's actually fucking funny. Jay, the angry trucker who has more time to call the show than anybody I know. Hey, Jay.
Well, when you're driving this much, you got all the time in the world, right?
I know, but focus on that road. I don't want you running over an illegal immigrant up there. Go ahead.
No Mexicans in Canada for me to run over.
No, not Mexicans. There's all kinds of shit. You got terrorists coming over from Toronto. But
yeah, we got plenty of shit up here I can run over, trust me.
So your thoughts on the Hillary Manafort stuff?
Well, first of all, I got to question Mueller because doesn't it seem a little odd that Mueller's buddy Comey gets a little fucked over by Trump and fired? And then so the next thing he does is indict Manafort, who's Trump's buddy. Isn't that a tit-for-tat kind of scenario?
I don't think so.
I do.
No.
You fuck my buddy, I fuck your buddy.
No. I'm not following you. Say that again real slow.
So, Trump fires Comey. Comey is Mueller's boy.
Yeah.
Because he replaced Mueller when he retired.
Yeah, no, here's the way you're wrong. But we knew this was coming way before that. We knew they had their...
but I mean, he laundered money back in 1969. Who gives a shit? That's a long-ass reach.
Well, he also in 2004. No, I know. There's no connection to Trump. There's no connection, but we knew this was coming down anyways before...
Well, why doesn't Trump hire a special counsel like Mueller, like get Trey Gowdy to come in and do an investigation on Hillary and the Dems, for crying out loud?
I don't know.
If the Dems want to have theirs, the Republicans going to have theirs.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't know how that works, though. I don't know. I don't know how that works, hiring a special counsel. But I would think the president would have the final. He keeps tweeting that he's going to do that. Oh, he keeps saying why. I guess it's not up to the president. Again, we don't get into politics 109 here.
Debate.
What's that?
When he said to the Hillary during the debate,
I know.
If I were the president, you'd be in jail.
I know. That's what won him the debate and the presidency. I swear to God.
Yeah, no question.
It was like El Tuve.
I mean, the people want a victory. They want to see one of these bastards go to prison for all their crimes, and Hillary's at the top of that list.
Yeah, but every time I bring that up, Jay, everybody laughs in my face like I'm very Pollyannish about how the world works.
Oh no, we agree 100%.
No, I know you and I agree, but the rest of the world doesn't. They're like, oh, people like that don't go to jail.
Well, I don't know. I think if they do a special counsel and Trey Gowdy lead, Trey Gowdy fucking hates Hillary. He's the guy who led the investigation into Benghazi.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Emails.
All right, Jay, I feel your pain, as Bill Clinton once said.
Well, poor Bill. You know how he goes for that.
All right, take it easy. Let's go to Steve in Los Angeles. Stevie boy.
Hey, what's up, Nick?
What's happening? Why am I wrong? What am I wrong about? I'm just reading the news.
You're wasting your time. You're wasting your comedic talent, man.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You know what? I'm going to hang up on you right.
You're a fucking moron. Hillary's emails. Fuck you.
I didn't say Hillary's emails once yet. You're such a dumb fuck. You know, you're living in the perfect city. Steve, you know what? You're in the perfect city, you fucking moron. You don't like comics who dabble in politics. Fuck off, you cocksucker. Get this fucking jerk off my phone.
You're a wormy cocksucker, you know that?
Fucking idiot. You're wasting your comedic talents because your politics differ than mine. Fuck you. Call Jon Stewart a fucking Seth Meyers and say that. You ass fuck. Fucking you belong in Los Angeles. It's filled with them. Dumb as the day is fucking long. You're wasting your comedic time. Meanwhile, this show is growing like a tumor on your ass. So I guess I'm not stupid. Not going anywhere, by the way. Matter of fact, I'm going to stick to all politics and just to bug you. Jesus fucking Christ, are they stupid out there? God.
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert!
Oh, is that fucking... Probably trolling me. Anyways, and it worked. My ass. Hey, my ass. Frank in the Bronx.
I'm really offended that you yelled at my friend like that.
Yeah, hope your friend dies in his sleep along with his wife tonight. Go ahead.
What a fucking jerk off.
Yeah, that's called fucking West Coast smart. They don't like your politics. So they go, you're a comedian. Don't talk about politics. You fucking, could you be any more transparent, you fucking shallow ass? Anyways, your thoughts, Frank.
They don't know how to tell the truth. It's like, well, yeah, we kind of like the presentation. We're going to get back to you. Fuck, say you don't like it, asshole. Let me move on. Anyway, listen real quick. Yeah. Over the weekend, a lot of the folks were like, you guys wait. He's going to get impeached. It's all going down Monday. They were tweeting, all getting excited, and what happened? They shit the bed this morning. Nothing happened. Nothing's going to affect this president. He's not going down. All those people were like, he's going down. He's done. Look what happened. It's a joke. It's a real joke.
But Frank, let me play devil's advocate here for a minute. You give independent counsel enough money, they have all the time in the world. Aren't they? We live in such a creepy time. Aren't they going to keep digging and digging? And they know there's enough dumb people like the guy that just called from L.A. that will fall for it. They'll fucking make something up to hang this guy. I don't know how people can look at themselves in the mirror tonight, like Dean or fucking any of these lefties, after this came out, stuff about him, having dirty business dealings even before he met Trump, and go, yeah, we got Trump now. You're not being honest with yourself.
Yeah, he's only been a successful business guy through the ups and downs of fucking New York real estate. But you know what?
Yeah. And then won the presidency. He's a real dope.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny. The one guy or the one lady that knew that a cigar was being stuck up a chick's cunt while he was talking to Cuba.
Do you got to talk like that, Frank, from the Bronx? I mean, that type of language really ruffles my feathers. Go ahead.
I'm sure it does. How do they even put any type of, temperature? How do they even tell us what's right or wrong when this guy was doing crazy shit in the White House? It's just insane. It's such a double standard. But, all right, but listen, we're getting brand new coaches. Hopefully the rest will suck next year. Fuck off.
All right, see you, Frankie. Silly. I love shit like that. We're getting new coaches. Because you know what? Anybody, from the tri-state area or New England, there's no other teams. This is a great World Series. I've never enjoyed more. But you know what? I'm already checking the papers to see if the Yankees have made any moves, of the Sox are. What's more exciting than playoff, almost as exciting as playoff baseball? What do they call it? Hot stove baseball? When they start making off-season moves? Isn't that not great? Fiore, you open the paper and you're like, ooh.
I love it.
I'll never forget where I was when Teixeira decided to go to the Yankees. I'll never forget it. I shot a special in Boston, and it was like 11 degrees out. I didn't like the special, so I went out and had a couple after. I get my car. I'm about to get on the turnpike. I'm right by the combat zone, by Nick's Comedy Stop. And they announced the Yankees because he was going to go to Boston. And his wife didn't like the shopping in Boston. This is the type of shit that affects our lives. But I'll never forget it.
I remember too.
Right?
Yeah, it's CC also.
A cold fucking freezing night. And that sticks with me. Yet if you ask me calculus, the power of the chain rule, I couldn't help you out. And that's why I'm doing radio. 866-969-1969 is the phone number. Let's take a break and come back and talk more about these fucking really shallow accusations as far as Trump collusion. Back after this. So welcome back. Segment 2 on a Monday. Oh, goodness. 866-969-1969. The phone number. The big news, Paul Manafort. They were leaking it all weekend from Mueller's office. Big surprise. Anyways, some serious charges. That dangerous situation. Conspiracy against the United States. Jesus Christ. Conspiracy to launder money. Unregistered agent of a foreign principal. False and misleading foreign agent registration. That's FARA. False statements and 7 counts of failure to file reports of foreign banks and financial accounts. And also a guilty plea by his former campaign policy advisor, George Papadopoulos. He admitted to lying to the FBI, like the thick ankle dog face. Ah! Anyways, you got nothing. You got nothing. You should be very disappointed. Let's go to Ricky in L.A. Maybe he can redeem the politics in L.A. Ricky.
Mr. Paolo.
What are you doing?
First off.
What up?
First off, big fan of the show.
Thank you.
Big fan of the show.
Appreciate it.
Second of all, I'm glad to hear you guys are growing like a tumor. It's rush hour in L.A., and I hope there's a lot of us tuning in.
I do, too. That's what we're counting on, Ricky.
And lastly, do you really think that another investigation would risk coming up with nothing after the firing of Comey?
I don't even understand the question. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, I don't think they'd bring up charges unless they had something.
Well, on who? On Manafort, they do have something, but not on Trump. You understand? It's not collusion.
Yeah.
They're trying to prove collusion with Trump and Russia. And this doesn't, this has nothing to fucking do with it. This guy, some of these charges, like the other caller said, go back to this 1969, somebody said. But this guy, this guy's dirty, Manafort, no doubt. And I heard somebody on TV today say, well, why would you hire like a guy like that? Because Trump was a political neophyte and probably asked around who's, Right. But here's the thing, Ricky, the independent counsel, they have all the money in the world and all the time in the world. And if they really want to get somebody, it's kind of creepy, They'll keep digging and digging, and they'll make something up if they don't. But we've been talking about collusion and Trump and Russia now for a year and a half, and there hasn't been a smidgen. And today didn't change any of that, don't you think?
Well, you know what? No, nothing yet. I'll give you that. Nothing yet. But, Trump's the head of the organization. The guy managed his campaign, right? Campaign manager. I mean,
yeah, for 3 months.
You're right. If they dig enough, they're going to find something. But if there was nothing to find, there'd be nothing to find.
No, they want this guy. No, they want this guy. Even the GOP, never mind the Democrat, but the GOP establishment, all the people that are in the swamp, in D.C., the people that we can't, they want to take Trump down because he's an outsider, and this is how they do it. It's fucking gross. Don't fall for the song and dance, man. Don't fall for it.
I hear you. And here's the thing, though. People don't give Trump enough credit. You were saying a little while ago that the guy's definitely not as dumb as people like to think he is.
Right.
I give him that. The guy is a lot smarter than people give him credit for.
Sure.
But you know what? If somebody lent me $30 million in the 70s, I'd probably be able to invest in real estate and turn a buck too.
Now it's up. Now it's up to 30 million. Okay, every that figure.
Okay, all right. My figures are off. Fair enough.
All right. Well, anyways, it's anyway.
Thank you.
All right, Ricky. Thanks, man.
Have a good one.
All right.
Good luck. Bye.
Thank Ricky. See that? L.A. redeeming itself nicely. Frank in New Hampshire says we have to keep me calm. Good luck with that, Frank. Frank, where are you in New Hampshire, by the way?
I'm in the lovely town of Bedford, New Hampshire.
I think my sister lives somewhere near there.
Yeah.
You meet her?
I didn't want to say. She said keep my mouth shut,
Yeah, keep it shut, Frank.
She keep it shut. Yeah, very ritzy people. They still think I'm the lawnmower guy. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
After that meathead from California.
Yeah.
I think what you got to do, hey, first of all, unbelievable job. There's more of us out here than you know, and it's building and building and building because it's just like the people behind Trump. You're just beating these guys back. You tell it the way it is. So now that that's out of the way, this meathead from California, they don't get it. They're never going to get it. They've all drank the Kool-Aid.
You're right.
And Trump's going to be there. This is what got a guy a couple months ago I was having this discussion with. I said, hey, listen, we had to listen to your other guy for 8 years, okay? We did, we accepted it. Now you're going to have to accept this for 8 years. 8 years? No, you think that's going to happen? I said, yes, my friend, as far as I'm concerned. So I think the more you tell everybody, hey, listen, get used to it, 8 years. And the guy in California, when those guys call up, you should say, I'm going to hang up on you now, so enjoy your cake and fuck off.
You know what? The fact that you threw the enjoy your cake in there, now I'm going to have to agree with you. I wasn't going to take your advice, but that's fucking perfect.
Well, listen, you're getting into a dangerous situation here. And Trump, I believe, at some point down the road, 2-3 years, who knows when, he will take Hillary out if he has to. I think he will. If all this stuff finally gets to him and he says, you know what, fuck you, you ankle dog face, you.
What's he waiting for, Frank?
Well, I don't know if he's. I don't know what he's waiting for. I think that he's playing nice still. He's still feeling the ground. I mean, he's still. This is the honeymoon period still. I really feel, and he's kind of new at this, where these guys are a bunch of fuck stains. Excuse my language.
No, beautiful. I like that type of talk.
And I just don't know. I don't know whether I think he's gonna sit and let this go. And if something goes south, he's gonna bang Hillary and a few of these other ones. And I think you need to just remind these people, hey, listen, talk to me in 8 years. Let's see who's running then.
Yeah.
Till then, enjoy a cake. You got Trump for 8 years and fuck off. But really, I'm concerned. We're all concerned. There's about 200 people at the rally tonight here. We're concerned about your health. We want you to stay calm. And
what rally was that?
That's the New Hampshire rally for Nick Paolo.
Oh, all right.
You got it. Your sister invited you, but really you didn't think it was good enough to go. But you know.
All right, Frank. I'll take your advice on some nights and not others. Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
All right.
Really.
Thanks, brother.
Love you guys.
All right.
Bye.
Oh, goodness gracious.
It's okay.
I have Nick, the pig, as a friend.
I wish the Nick was clear in that clip. Our Father who art in heaven. Let's go to Chip in San Diego. He just wants to say hello. Hi, Chip.
Hey, Nick. Love you. Love the show.
What's up? What's the temperature right now?
Matt.
Can I just ask you, Chip? I love San Diego. I've been there at La Jolla many times. And what's it, about 78 and balmy right now?
That's gorgeous. Always. Forever. I love you, man. I could talk to you about anything and everything from Trump to Schwoogies. But we're in dangerous times, man. We really are. Two quick questions.
Yes, sir.
Number one, when are you going to do the Cumia show again? Can't wait to see you, Anthony, and Artie at one table. Should be perfect.
Yeah.
Second question.
Yeah.
More like a comment. You have to leave Chip's girlfriend alone, dude. It's not going to work out well.
I don't know what that means.
Chip's girl?
Do
you know who she is? But
Palumbo?
Other than that, love you. Love the show. When are you doing Artie and Anthony?
I'm doing. I. That's a good question. My schedule. I'll have to come into it. What time are they on? 4 in the East.
I think so. Yeah.
4.
Yeah, New York. Yeah.
The only reason I haven't is that would mean me leaving my house at about 2. I live way out of the city, and that turns my 5-hour day into about an 11-hour day. But you know what? I love those guys, so I got to show up before Artie dies.
Definitely. Yeah, do that before Artie dies, and you should definitely do a Chip's podcast.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, Chip. Thank you.
All right, Nick. Have a good one.
You got it, brother. Let's go to Scott in Sacramento. Stay on the West Coast. Scotty.
Nick, how you doing?
What's happening? Any thoughts on this Manafort indictment?
Well, first of all, I want to tell you, I'm over here on the left coast, and I love you too. So not everyone out here is drinking the Kool-Aid. So,
no, that's true. You're right. You're actually, this is true. There's about 12 of you out of the fucking 60 million.
Yeah, no shit. No, but hey, I have a theory. I think I know why Trump hasn't tried to take Hillary down. Is he a New York Giants fan? I think he is, right?
I know he had a bit of a problem with the NFL because he started his own league years ago. So I don't know that, but he probably knows the Maras pretty well, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Well, I think he is. And I think he's waiting for them to sign Hillary as an offensive lineman to protect Manning.
I would have 5 Hillarys on the offensive line. I'd have.
And then the other thing.
Go ahead.
The other thing, Manafort. I just heard a report that he stole some bubble gum when he was like 8 or 9 out of a 7-Eleven, and they're blaming that on Trump.
Now, wait a minute. I didn't read that. Let me Google that. Hold on. How do you spell bubble?
Hey, keep up the great work, Nick.
All right.
I love you.
Thanks, Scotty. Sacramento. Used to play the Punchline up there. That's where I had my ugliest night ever. I told you the whole story. I think I told it on air, actually. You know, it was Friday night, 2 shows, and bachelorette party up front ruined the feature act, and girl threw a drink at me and said, take off your shirt, and I called them a bunch of dirty you-know-whats, and all hell broke. Then other tables were defending the girls. And I had to be escorted at the end of the night, after the second show, had to be escorted back to my hotel by cops. Pickup truck full of guys are waiting for me. Nothing happens. You go on stage and a bunch of drunken blouses with penis hats on heckling. I'm not going to drop the C word 150 times in the first 10 seconds. I most certainly am. And I'm like Trump. I'll do that today. I'll do it when I'm 80. Let's go to Zach in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I believe he's a comedian. Is this Zach the comedian?
Yeah, what's up, Nick?
Hey, Zach, what's happening?
I tell you what, it's just ridiculous that early caller, but just look at the red and blue map of the United States, the governorships, the Senate, the Congress. The country wants shows like yours, and I'm sure your show is blowing up, man.
It is. I'm not kidding you, Zach. I'm telling you, what do we have, 140 people last night listening? No, I'm kidding.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was actually the third caller ever on your show.
Yeah.
And I called a lot earlier, and I was on our boy's show, Will Cal, today. Man, that guy's so cool. He takes my call every time I call. It's so much harder to call your show now.
Yeah.
So it's a busy signal almost every time.
Yeah.
So
well, I was told by somebody that works here that we get more calls than like all the shows combined on the and that's only because we're talking about like you said. People, there aren't many outlets to hear this, to hear this angle. So I don't mean to kiss ass with my bosses, but Jack Vaughn stepped up and he did his job. He listened to my podcast and put me on last October because you gotta why wouldn't you? If it's money, right, Zach?
I got a 6-month package, and when I re-up, if they do the little thing, where'd you hear about this or why'd you re-up? I'm a fan, though, but I'm not going to say Howard Stern. I'm going to say Nick DiPaolo.
Appreciate that. There's one from me. But thank God for Howard. I think he's the reason we're in this building. It's 36 stories.
Well, basically, yeah.
He's all right, man.
You were one of the best guests on the show, but I guess now you don't adopt cats. So you and Gilbert and David Tell, we'll never hear you again on the greatest radio show ever. So don't get me started.
All right, Zach.
You guys.
Take care,
later.
Man. All right. I'll repeat it, folks. I voted for fucking Ted Cruz in a primary, so don't act like I'm a big, but I'm just saying, I've never seen, you don't even have to be learned in politics to see what's going on here. You can't see, seriously, that this is just a witch hunt to get an outsider who is disrupting the people in their swamp and how comfortable they've become. By the way, the Ingram angle debuts tonight. I bet you your father's excited about that, right?
Yeah.
Laura Ingram, who I like, by the way. She actually, I filled in on a radio show, and I said damn or hell or ass or something, and I got a talking to. And I went, Jesus. Okay, I've heard a conservative, but what is this, 1851? But she was nice enough to let me sit in there, so. Maybe I'll get on the show. Get on the show nice. So it just looks, even if Hillary, this uranium one thing didn't exist, and the server didn't exist, and the rigged election against Bernie, all that horseshit, But it does. It does exist, and nobody's... I don't know, they pay her lip service. And like that caller said, who do you send after? I don't know enough about politics. Can the president assign a independent counsel to look up her skirt and see those giant hairy nuts and those support hose and that 18-inch neck. That's where she's hiding all the cash. The Clinton Foundation, give me a break. Quid pro quo. That's all that was about. It's a very dirty situation. Some should look into it. That's what I'm saying. Let's go to who's been on the phone here for a while over here, and Mark in San Diego, who calls in a lot. Mark.
Hey, what's up, Nick?
¿Qué pasa, man?
Hey, don't believe that shit, guy. It's about 65 degrees, and I'm freezing my brown ass off down here in San Diego, man.
I think he said it was. He said it. It always gets cloudy, doesn't it, in San Diego?
Yeah, it's kind of cold right now. It's sweater weather. But hey, Nick, you should have seen it Saturday night.
Yeah.
The late night news. It's indictments. They got pictures of Jared up there and who they gonna bust, Trump up there, and then they got this guy who's like 20 degree, 180 degrees removed from Trump and something he did 20 plus years ago. Dude,
well,
they were building up this crescendo to get this resounding dud.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, this is, they'll say, to play devil's advocate, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, not all of it was 20 years ago. He did shit in 2012 and 2013. So some of it, but again, that's a couple of years before Trump, hired him. So yes, it really is kind of silly. And again, the only thing that worries me is these independent counsels have a ton of money.
I was going to say, with
unlimited resources.
Unlimited funds they got.
Yeah.
Resources. Think about the goons you hang out with, Nick. Guys like Bob Levy and stuff like that. You think if they didn't scratch a little, they'd be under indictment? I mean, come on, man.
Levy? Oh, God, I love Bob. Reverend Bob, I haven't talked to him forever, man. I get that cocksucker on the phone. I try to get I love him.
A local club to drag him out here, and they said
he's one of my favorite people. He's crazy as a shithouse rat.
All right, man. Love the show.
All right, Mark. Thank you for calling, man.
Okay, bye.
Something about indicting a ham sandwich. What's that saying? They can indict a ham sandwich, a special counsel, whatever. A ham sandwich with monster cheese. That hemorrhoid right now is throbbing like Chuck wept in his left eye after the 8th round of the Ali fight. It's like I'm sitting on a grape that was frozen in time. This guy was in there for a long time. Is an hour and 10 minutes too much?
I'd say so.
I'm kidding. I had never done a fleet enema, by the way, either. I never did that. Palumbo?
What is that?
No? You buy them at the store, yeah. It's a little plastic bottle with some type of liquid in it. I think it's got Sunoco SU 2000 in it. I don't know what's...
Nope.
You never done that, Palumbo?
Nope. Craziest thing I ever tried was ear candling. Other than that, over-the-counter stuff.
Is that a dirty...
No, it's to get wax out of your ear. You put a...
That's the craziest thing you did?
Yeah. Over-the-counter.
On a date?
No. Just, for my own well-being.
I squirted half a bottle of, saline up my pipes today. I had never done it either.
It's like waterboarding yourself.
It's exactly right. I admitted to killing Natalie Holloway.
I knew it.
Case
I have Nick the pig as a friend.
Girl, wanna fucking smash his fucking face in.
Larry in Florida. Larry, welcome to the... Is this Larry? Larry?
Yes, Mr. DePaulo.
Oh, God bless you, Larry. Haven't heard from you for a while. It's a different state. So are you really in a truck in a different state every time you call in?
Yes, sir. Hold on a minute. Just for you. I wouldn't do this for anybody other than you.
What, you touch your balls for me? Well, thank you.
Well, maybe I did. Well, I must confess that all of this nonsense about Manafort is exactly this nonsense. And just because he's indicted doesn't mean that he's convicted. And after all, any good prosecutor can get a grand jury to indict a ham sandwich.
That's the phrase. Thank you, Larry. That was the phrase I was looking for. Any good prosecutor.
Exactly correct. And then they broke the law by leaking the grand jury testimony and the results of the grand jury because that is protected confidential information. That's why you can get people to testify in front of grand jury.
Who leaked that, Larry? Who leaked that?
I don't know who leaked it, but it was clearly somebody on Mueller's staff that leaked it to the media because you have all of this other nonsense about the peccadillos of Bill and Hillary and Tony, what's his nose,
Podesta,
the brother of the
Tony
Gould.
Podesta.
Yeah, Tony Pedophile or whatever his name is. Tony the Pedophile. Tony the Pedo. You know, that's the brother of the ghoul. My gosh, that guy looks ghoulish.
Yes.
Man, Hillary campaign. You talk about a Mutt and Jeff character. Oh, my goodness, a pair of Mutt and Jeff characters.
Yeah, John Podesta is a creepy. When they came out with that whole pedophile thing, I was like, oh, that's bullshit. Then I just got to look at him. I went, now, wait a minute. Yeah, this guy's kind of creepy.
Hey, he fits the profile.
Does he ever?
Guys like to say. But it just boils down to the fact that they never, ever indict Democrats. All of these special prosecutors. I mean, Patrick Fitzgerald went after Bush and Cheney so hard, and all they got was Louis Libby on a process crime. So right now they've got Manafort on some money laundering. They got him on some tax evasion. They got him on some unregistered foreign agent activity completely before he was ever involved with Trump. And he was partners in that Ukrainian thing with Tony Podesta. And he has resigned his position from his own lobbying firm.
Yeah, today, right?
Right, exactly correct. He resigned that today, so you don't know how dirty this guy is.
Filthy. Filthier than his brother.
Well, the only ones they seem to go after with any kind of results are the New Jersey guys, because you got Menendez, his defense team rested today in his 8-week corruption trial.
I can't keep him straight.
Well, you can't tell your criminals without a scorecard. You can't tell your criminals without a program. Get a program. Can't tell your criminals without a program. I don't know how much corruption there is, but the only guy right now that seems to be clean is Trump. There's not a scintilla of evidence that any crime Trump had ever committed. This guy has cast so wide a net with his sole goal of taking down a presidency. He can put his name right up there with Archibald Cox and the other ones that had success.
That would be the Nixon thing, yes.
And it's just bordering on the ridiculous how wide a net this guy's cast. And he's far exceeded his charter. And they really didn't even detail a crime that he had to have to be able to even appoint a special prosecutor. Because they had no evidence any crime was ever committed. They still don't have a crime.
I know. I remember that months ago, people going, well, what's he charging him with? Everybody kept asking that on every channel. Well, every channel that I watch. But, hey, Larry, thank you. I got to run. I'm up on a break here. But
no problem. Have a good day.
Thank you for putting it into context, as usual. I want to talk about, we're going to change gears when we get back to the top of the second hour. I want to talk about some political correctness run amok in the sports world this weekend, whether it was Yuli Gurriel's Yu Darvish comments or the Texans owner, Bob McNair. He's been apologizing 19 days now for just an expression that has the word inmates in it. So we've lost our fucking minds, and we know who's responsible for that. It ain't people who vote like me. So we'll talk about that and just how crazy it's gotten. And Peyton Manning's accuser is back on the nose after seeing all the Weinstein shit. She has to jump on the bandwagon. All Peyton did, allegedly, was sit on her face in the training room. It's an accident. It's a dangerous situation, slippery floor. So we'll talk about. I want to talk about how Yuli Gurriel was, punished, and Texas owner Bob McNair, what he said that had his team dropping to their knees this Sunday. 866-969-1969. Back after this. Welcome back. Second hour on a Monday night. By the way, the commute was pleasant today. Cleared up nicely. Anyhow, any he, any ha ha ha.
咁樣面對面冷冷靜靜咁樣傾偈，係因為我想
Yuli Gurriel
你聽一個好重
escapes World Series ban, but will miss 5 games in 2018. I'm sure you guys are all aware of this. Friday night, I think he hit a homer in Game 3, and then he did some, some immature, stupid shit that, again, you got to keep in mind, jocks, this sense of humor, especially baseball players, is really, but my point here is, okay, he made a racist gesture in the dugout and was given a 5-game suspension without pay that will begin start of 2018. Suspension was handed down by Rob Manfred, the commissioner of Major League Baseball. It's the largest levied against a player for a public act of intolerance. When did that come into the fucking lexicon of baseball? Public act of intolerance during a baseball game. Exceeding by 2 games the suspension of Yunel Escobar, who was penalized for gay slurs written on his eye black strip in 2012, which brings a different issue to light. You want to live in a country that's so diverse and you have all these different cultures. Well, folks, I got news for you. Some of them a lot more racist than white cultures. You're going to find that out real soon. So, but my point is, yeah, what he did was ignorant, immature, and all that shit. But to have like a national, they throw it down to, what's his name? Rosenthal, the guy with the bow tie.
Oh, yeah, Ken Rosenthal.
Ken Rosenthal, before the game, he has to have a little comment on it. And really? Because the guy did really a childish, stupid thing. You know what you do? The next night, the commissioner goes, we fined him $5,000. Even that to me is ridiculous because he's just in the moment and being a dope that he is. But this act of intolerance and it's a learning moment and shit. What PC horse shit? Remember when we first came on the air, Andy, one of the pitches for the
yes.
Toronto said cocksucker. Yep. He struck somebody out, or the hitter said it to the pitcher.
Right.
You or whatever.
Baltimore, I think.
Yeah. So and that was some type of slur, anti-gay slur. And are you fucking kidding me? The ball field isn't safe to say this type of crap in America. Fuck off. Give me a break. And you know how you know it's really, really not that serious? Yeah. They didn't kick him out of any World Series games. They did it in April when you play those meaningful games. It's almost an insult to fucking you, Darvish. The punishment. It's almost like you might as well have high-fived Gurriel.
And that kid's crushing it, too.
And he hit another one. He hit another one. It really affected him. He was very upset about the whole commotion. Oh my God! But it's just this is Gurriel talking. They interviewed him last night, and he got a little flippant. And then he laughed. And everybody said, "That's horrible." What did they say when he did that?
You smirk cocksucker. Fuck you.
And he went out and hit another home run. But here's what creeps me out. Gurriel's scheduled to earn $12 million in 2018. He will lose roughly $320,000 because of the suspension. But here's the part that bugs me more. He's going to undergo sensitivity training. I want to know who writes the courses. I want to take one. Obviously, I need one. Huh? What is this, Russia circa 1930? Political rehabilitation. Huh? Sensitivity training. He's a fucking baseball player. What?
I'm just saying.
Oh, I was going to look over my shoulder. I saw Fiore was laughing, so I looked over my shoulder thinking I was going to see the kid from the Shriner Center, the little kid in the wheelchair with the Jay Leno face.
Don't get me started. For 5 years, I've been dodging the diversity training here. Apparently, it's a mandatory thing. I shouldn't be giving away my secret.
Yeah, you're giving away your secret.
But I just never have gone, and they keep sending me email updates every 6 months or so, whatever, and I just ignore it.
You should reply with a picture of you in an Indian headdress, eating a big taco.
Because, dude, it's that same.
I know.
Bullshit. You got to go and sit through the videos and the ugh.
You have to take that if you work.
Did. Christina, did you ever?
Christina did. Palumbo?
I've been dodging
They make you look at resumes and, various different resumes. And
I see.
So not to discriminate against.
Yeah, but what if the
employees.
resume has like fucking salsa on it? And another one has like fucking AIDS blood.
Soy sauce.
So, Palumbo. Bensonhurst. You see how easy that came to her? Fucking perfect. so. Oh, another one got purple soda on it. I ain't high on that motherfucker.
Yeah, never gone.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you. Fight back. You're gonna fucking
get an email tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. I'll come back and Jake will be in here with a big smile on his face. What happened? What happened to Fiore? I saw him selling some meat on a stick on 42nd and 3rd. Big deal, I say. Yes, it was immature and stupid, but we talked about it for a couple days. You could tell even Joe Buck almost sounded embarrassed to talk about it to me. But, Ken Rosenthal with his little bow tie and his report. And Yu Darvish even said, look, that guy's all right. You know? He goes, it's a learning moment, whatever the fuck. Like, we don't know that's, silly. Can't we have a little fun? You know what I mean? If I have to watch guys in the end zone in the NFL do an 8-minute fucking dance that only black guys can do, can't I listen to Guriel, a Hispanic guy, do something I did in 2nd grade? That's what was so retarded about it. We should feel bad for him. The pulling of the eyes?
His stupid fucking haircut.
Oh, how about that haircut? He looks like a barber's brush. I want to put cream on it. Fucking. I want to do my neck. He's got that haircut. I think I'd have that too, though, if I was his age. You know? But he's got to go to sensitivity training and $320,000. That's ridiculous, isn't it?
If I could, I'd grab this microphone and I'd beat your brains out with it because that's what she deserves. That's what she deserves.
Is that coming in too hot?
No, it's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
In my headphones, it's like on 11. I don't understand. Okay, I got to get to the bottom of this. I keep hearing about this. This is how little I follow radio. Mark from Florida, declaring a war on Paolo in the name of the Chip Army. And it's chippers.
That's right, you piece of garbage. Go on now.
Well, why am I being? What did I do wrong, Mark?
Did you not watch the latest Chip podcast?
No, dummy. I have a fucking life. But go ahead. I like Norton.
Well, I apologize that you have a life. Some of us enjoy the podcast.
No, I love Norton to death. I just don't.
I mean, he does say that in all fun, he's just fucking with you, but he has declared war upon you.
Well,
and the army.
What's funny is that's so funny. I mean, his what do you call that? His alter ego character is fucking.
I'd say his real personality, maybe.
is a bigger fucking. It actually has bigger ratings than I'll ever.
Yeah, me too.
But you tell Chip that if he wants a piece of me, he knows where I'm at.
Oh, yeah,
that's stall number 3 on the 37th floor. They got a big runny one.
Hey, but fucking love you anyway, man.
All right, Margie.
Have a good one.
Peace. Fucking Norton. Unbelievable.
Fucking baby.
$320,000 for going. $320 large for doing that. And then he steps up last night and goes, I'm going deep. I'll show you, racist.
What a fun series.
What a series, huh, folks? I don't want to say that ball is juiced, but Jesus Christ, it's juiced. Anyways. Are you kidding me? It's like hitting a fucking golf ball. They have that thing wrapped so tight. And yes, it makes for a tremendous game. But you know who said that? Keuchel said it. Was it during the Yankee series or the beginning of the World Series? Keuchel said, I think it was during the Yankee series. He said it's definitely juiced. And then did you see on the internet today, they had pictures of the ball that they use for the World Series and holding it up compared to like a regular season ball. It has a whole different grain to it. It's way too slick. And the pitchers are saying they can't throw one of the pitchers was saying he can't throw a, you know what?
Looks a little different.
I think was it Darvish? Somebody said they couldn't. Yeah, Darvish said he couldn't throw a slider because it was.
Yeah, they're saying it's slicker.
It's way slicker, and of course the league is saying the only difference is we use the gold print for the logo instead of blue. It's come on, but oh my God, that Altuve
Oh,
that guy is as clutch as I've ever seen, whether the ball is juiced or not. You know? Let's go to Captain D. He has a comment. He's a Houston guy, isn't he? Captain D.
Yeah.
D.
What's
hey,
up?
Good evening, gentlemen.
How are you?
Yeah, I want to make that quick point too. You just said it. Like, he's a Hispanic in Texas, first off. All right. So you think he hasn't heard worse than what he did to that pitcher? And what do you think? And what do you think Kershaw did after they put him in 2 different games and he let home runs fly? You think Kershaw wasn't saying that shit after he left the dugout?
I don't know. I mean, we have to have some evidence, but I got to believe Captain D. Yeah, when you're in the heat of battle, this is what I'll never understand. Let's say you're in an argument with somebody, right? If the person's fucking a little overweight, you're gonna go with the fucking. What are you gonna say? You fat fuck, right?
It's definitely an easy go. It's an easy go. But go Astros and go Gurriel, no matter what the hell happens.
Yeah, I'm pulling for those Astros. I'll tell you.
I appreciate it, guys. You have a good night.
All right, Captain D. And don't take that wrong, West Coast. I enjoy the Dodgers. They were, you know what? Any other team would have been crushed by the Astros right now. You know what I mean? The Dodgers come right back. You notice? They hit Astros hit a 3-run home, and Dodgers like, oh, yeah? Both those teams deserve to be there. And if this doesn't go at 7, I'll be surprised. You know? Now what?
Nothing.
Is the kid in the wheelchair?
I was thinking about how if Puig basically popped one out with one hand.
One hand.
So
Well,
what does that tell you?
I know he's strong and stuff, but literally his top hand came off the bat. He hit one out. He's not too cocky, is he? See how he catches fly balls down by his hip?
Yeah.
I would love him to drop one of those. He did in the regular season. I saw him boot a couple.
I remember
I
specifically seeing him do that last night.
And you know what? I kind of like him because he has settled down. He's not the wild man that he was, but, you know. Let's go to Eddie in Pennsylvania. Has a comment on the Yu Darvish situation. I thought it was horrible, Eddie. I couldn't sleep for almost 2 nights, knowing that somebody pulled their eyes back and attacking a type of Oriental. Your thoughts?
Nick D. Paolo. Fuck. The wait is almost over, listeners. Tune in tomorrow for the big Colin Quinn costume contest on Nicky Dip's Halloween extravaganza. It's going to be frightening fun. Nick D. Paolo.
Girl, when I fucking smash his fucking face in.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm telling you, folks, if you don't have a radio show, get one. Ah! I can't wait till they take that hemorrhoid out of my ass. I'm going to put it in a mayonnaise jar and put it on the mantle. Clinton, Illinois has a problem. He can't stop saying one of my catch. Clint, what's going on, Clint?
Nick, I can't. I've been listening since day one.
Yeah.
Love it. Absolutely love it. But, yeah, I feel like that's something my grandpa used to say constantly, and all of a sudden it's in my vernacular.
What?
Goodness gracious. Eloise.
I know. I have no idea. What?
Me too.
I don't know. I have no idea, Clint, how I got onto that one.
I don't know either, but it's become almost every show, and I chuckle every time. I don't know why it's funny, but it is.
Yeah,
and actually, I got a little information on Gurriel.
Yeah?
It wasn't just the eyes. Apparently,
He said Chinito.
He said Chinese, Japanese, dirty knees, look at these, and then he pulled his shirt out and made little boobies.
My sister did. My sister. Oh my God, my sister. My wife did that. I'd never heard that.
What?
Yeah. No, I went for the
that's
hardcore
70s.
racism. I wasn't playing with that faggy shit. If I saw an Asian fella, I'm not going to show my tits. I'd go right at him. I'd drop an egg roll on him, some duck sauce, give him all the fucking shit.
Oh, and by the way, the Chip Army are attacking you tonight. There's posts all over the internet. So,
Well, you tell.
Fuck yes, go.
You tell the Chip Army that I get. I think it's about Palumbo, me poaching her from the show. Go ahead. Well, can you weigh in, Christine? Thank you for the call, there, Clint.
Hey, have a good night.
All right.
Yeah. I was on the Chip Chippison podcast, and I had to leave to come.
You were working on the podcast.
I was working on the podcast,
Yes.
and I had to leave to come work for this show, and so Chip declared war.
This is actually
High
good.
demand, this girl right here.
Absolutely.
High
and
demand.
you know what? You fit in perfectly, by the way.
Thank you.
Didn't miss a smidgen, but Brendan, we love. What's he doing now?
We got Brendan on Friday for Christina. She's out.
Oh, good.
So we'll get a soft serve update and we'll all memory lane.
Because we miss Brendan, too. He was
good kid.
Good kid. Did his job beautifully. And Palumbo moves in where it was seamless. The transition was seamless.
And that's that.
Exactly right. Look at that haircut on Gary Elder. Holy golly moly, huh? Not to sound old, but how's he make it go up like that?
I don't know.
But you know, the important thing is that you Darvish actually said, no biggie, you know, it's a learning moment or whatever the fuck. Yeah, we learned that it's funny. And you can't say fucking rude shit in the dugout anymore. Because the world's been taken over by bitches and people who've been bullied. I don't know if you are where I am. I watch these people whine about bullying, and I go, I'm glad you get bullied. You seem like an asshole as an adult, so maybe you had that coming ahead of time. Not everybody. I saw a commercial that reminds me. Made me go crazy. Keep your eye out for this one, folks. It's from Marriott Hotels, and it's just a montage of people doing magnanimous things for each other. You know, they show a like a black guy helping like a white woman and up the stairs with her stroller, and you know somebody picking up something that somebody just all kinds of, and it says if only humans could be human, and the whole commercial is just people doing nice things for each other, mostly women and minorities. And what's it show at the very end? It shows a little girl or boy I can't figure out, and I'm sure that wasn't an accident, maybe transgender, like in a school outfit with a tie and glasses. And he or she is going up the stairs, and a little blonde boy, clearly a white boy, pulls her books out of her hands or his hands, and it's just so hilarious. Yeah, this is it. See all the minorities and women helping each other. Nice. Okay, watch at the end now. Got to take a shot at Whitey.
Common knowledge was knowledge commonly known.
Did you see that?
Light from being enlightened into every heart was shown.
Go.
It would be glorious if neighbors were neighborly, and indifference a forgotten word. It would be
Two
awesome
guys
if we shared
and their little
everything.
baby.
And being greedy was absurd.
Being greedy is absurd. Fuck off! I will never stay at a Marriott again.
And the good things that we ever did was everything that we
Hispanic helping an Arab-looking guy, a black guy helping
Treating
another.
others like we'd like to be treated.
You missed
has
it.
always
You
been
missed
our
it.
guiding principle.
They were even cowardly about it. Go back halfway through. The commercial.
What am I looking for?
It would be glorious if
A little further back. Right there. Go back a little further.
it would be great if human beings
You're going to see a
were
little
great
kid
at
going up the
being
stairs, and a kid grabs her books.
and if all of
coming up.
mankind were made up of kind women and kind men. It would be wonderful if common knowledge was
Right there.
knowledge commonly
Right
known.
there.
And if the light
That's not the That's not the one they show. They show the close up. All right, kill it. They show the close up on the kid who got her books pulled out, and you can't really tell if it's a boy or a girl, which again is no accident. But it's clearly a little white kid that pulled the books out of his hand.
Yeah.
Huh? And again, folks, they don't even have the balls. They try to slip it in on you. You know? I'm sorry, my radar's up. When the commercials come on, I pay more attention than I do the games. That was from what, Marriott? So you know what? Don't stay there. If you do, leave a nice steaming turd in the tub when you check out. That's how I handle it. The charity of Guriel. If all nice women and men could be, and just a montage of everything but white fucking. Let's go to Billy in Los Angeles. He wants to check in. Left Coast check-in, as he says. Billy.
What's going on, Nick?
Oh, you know, just keeping it real, homie.
Just want to remind all your listeners out there, Nick and Larry 2020 for presidency and vice presidency.
You're talking about Larry, the guy that calls in, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't...
And I am so glad you shared your viewpoint on that Uriel thing. I thought for a moment I was turning into a liberal shit dick, but woof, you proved me wrong.
I just, you know, it's like, come on. Again, immature, stupid, all that stuff. Yes. And whatever. Even if you want to fine him. But can you imagine $320,000? And, you know, like he committed a fucking... Literally, better off punching an Asian guy. You would have got away with less. I don't know why you'd want to do that. I'm just saying.
Well,
Got an
that's
analogy.
all I really had to say, Nick. So.
All right, Billy. I picked that up from the silence. All right.
All right.
Take it easy.
You know, I fucking hate the way you make me fucking ride you. Now get the fuck out of here.
I love the music in the back.
Disco Inferno, right?
Yeah. There's a fat chick dancing. It's the Richie Aprile goes, I got invited to that fucking garbage man's ball. And it cuts to a fat chick dancing. And then a song from Boston comes on and Tony has a fainting spell.
Yes.
First he yells at Richie about dealing coke on the garbage route sites. He goes, I'm doing it with Junior. I don't give a fuck if you're doing it with Walmart.
Yes.
It fucking stops
At
today.
the country club.
You see that? I'm not good with the glasses. Mike in New York, what's going on, Mike?
What's up, Nick? How are you?
Pretty good. Working like a fella. Go ahead.
Big fan since you were back on NEW.
Oh, I never was, but thank you.
You weren't?
I
thought you were.
I was on Free FM, but same thing.
Well, I got to tell you a funny story about my son. He's 11. He's special needs. I don't think I've ever called him by his legal name since he was born. He's always Chooch.
You call your kid who's special needs, you call him Chooch.
Chooch. That's his name.
Oh, my
He
God.
doesn't reply to me if I say his real name.
I fucking love it.
He's in fifth grade, so he gets an assignment. He had to read a book, and he had to answer questions in school. Pretty sure he didn't read the book. And one of the questions was, what does the mother call her son? He writes on the paper, Chooch.
Watch out. You're going to get in trouble from the politically correct, Mike.
Oh, I was notified. What is a Chooch?
Oh,
Luckily, the teacher didn't know what it was, and I said, it's just a pet name I have for him.
You should have said it's like a Mameluke. Really confuse her. What's that? It's like a Ugat. Give her a nice Italian lesson. She'll have no idea. Because that's what they do here in New York. You get in a bodega, and it'll be either Asians or Hispanics, and they'll just start talking about you.
Oh, of course. I'm in New York.
Yeah.
I'm not too far from you.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I assumed you're upstate. No, that was my fault.
Nah, I'm in dirty Rockland County.
Dirty Rockland County. All right, Mike. Thanks for weighing in. Tell the Chooch we said hello.
I will.
All right. Don't let him become a Mameluke.
Nah, I definitely won't do that.
All right. Take it easy.
Is Chooch bad?
It's not good. My father used to call it every time I fucked up. He'd come. I don't know.
I don't know what it actually translates to.
I don't know. Somebody spelled it for me on a plane once. I forget why. Let's take a look at CNN, shall we? The screen. Ex-Trump campaign advisor sought dirt on Clinton. Pleads guilty to lying to FBI. Yeah, you guys can talk about that for the next 10 hours and not even bring up the president's name. By the way, folks, November 10th and 11th, come see me at the Comedy Works, Saratoga Springs. November 17th, Cary Memorial Hall, Lexington, Mass. November 18th, the Cabot Theater, Beverly, Mass. I can't wait.
That's what I thought.
What was that? I'm looking up the word chooch. Yo, chooch. The term is derived from the Italian chuccio. Means dummy, idiot, or moron. The given spelling reflects more than likely an Italian-American Brooklynese East Coast derivation, which is quite... Of course it does.
Spot on.
Yes. I love how that shit spread to Boston, to where I grew up. My father picked up on it. Okay, we did enough of you, Darvish. I want to tease this next story, and because it's more...
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert!
Texas owner Bob McNair apologizes again. Might save that one for tomorrow. It's a delicious one. Yeah, Yeah, he had to apologize again. Houston, Texas owner Bob McNair on Saturday. He apologized for the second straight day for a comment he made at a recent meeting with fellow NFL owners that was widely interpreted as demeaning to players. McNair sought to clarify that a remark he had made about, in quotes, inmates running the prison was in reference not to players who continue to sit or kneel during the national anthem, but to the relationship between the league office and team owners and how they have been making significant strategic decisions affecting our league without adequate input from ownership over the past few years. Even if he was saying the other thing and said inmates and asylum, you know what I mean? Even if he was referring, it's an expression been used for 1,000 fucking years. Now you can't use an expression with an inmate in it around young black people in the NFL, which a lot of them, have records. But that's not what he was talking about. He said, as I said yesterday, I was not referring to our players when I made a very regretful comment during the owners' meeting last week. I was referring to the relation between the office and the owners and how they have been making blah, blah, blah. I am truly sorry to the players for how this has impacted them. Yeah, a couple of them got burned deep. They were so upset on fly patterns. Truly sorry to the players, how this has impacted them, and the perception that it has created of me, which could not be further from the truth. Our focus going forward, personally and as an organization, will be towards making meaningful progress regarding the social issues that mean so much to our players and our community. And what are those issues exactly? Huh? I haven't seen one player bring up the dissolution of the African-American family. I haven't seen one talking about that at halftime. Single moms, drugs. I mean, that's probably what they're talking about. But why should Whitey help you now? Why should the NFL establishment, why should they fucking help you? You kneel during the national anthem. You call them slave owners every chance you get, the owners of the NFL, right? Every chance you get, you call them racist, old white crusty men, and blah, blah, blah. Why the fuck they should help you? By the way, revenue's down almost 20% in the NFL. The World Series smoked Sunday night football in the ratings, which it should. Those stadiums are fucking empty. Can you imagine? How could we were just talking about what a juggernaut the NFL was, money-wise, for years. To stop that, do you know how bad you are? Seriously, that's political correctness. There you go. Let that PC shit, it ruins everything it touches. Because this country wasn't founded on that. That mentality. We're going to live in a risk-free, painless, it's just a wet dream, and oh my God. Anyways, I want to hear from you people, meaning all people. I don't want to get imagine you people. Oh my God. I just said you people. Is that even allowed? My God.
That boy is a P-I-G pig.
Oh, it was an accident. Get off my ass there, Chooch. McNair's original comments were published in an ESPN article on Friday. It prompted players on the Texans to consider walking out of practice. Two of them skipped practice. You know why? Because football practice is hard. It's a lot of work. They didn't want to practice anyways. Of course, DeAndre Hopkins was one of them. Coach Bill O'Brien said on Friday that he backed his players. Oh, do you, Coach? A lot of balls. And on Saturday, McNair met with the players before they left for Seattle to play the Seahawks on Sunday. Oh, my God, the pampering and the horseshit never stops, does it? Players across the NFL have reacted strongly to McNair's inmates' remarks. Some of them suggesting they would never play for the Texans. Ooh, really? If the money's right, you'd be there in a second. Who are you shitting? 866-969-1969. I want to hear your comments on this when we come back. Yeah, baby. Final segment on a Monday. You know what that means? It's not Monday anymore, almost. Oh, God. I was talking about Bob McNair, but Andy Fiore, my producer, just reminded me of a story I told him. It's a very funny visual. 4th of July, I was like 12, 14 years old, around 76. My family used to rent a camp up in Maine and shit. And my sister's boyfriends are up there. It's late. It's 4th of July. It's night. We have a campfire going. My grandmother's out there sitting there. My parents, everybody, kids, aunts and uncles. my drunken sister's boyfriend lights a couple, I don't know, like 5 bottle rocks and just lets them fly. And fucking one of them lands right on the propane tank, your gas grills. It fucking like stuck right in the... So we, 20 people split, we're knocking over lawn chairs to get out of the way, beers and shit. And there's my grandmother sitting like 2 feet from the grill. No idea. Like in her fucking mid-70s probably. There's a fucking IED, like a foot from her face. She's like, where's everybody going? We're all sprinting. This is tipped over chairs and shit. The thing's going, shh, right on the grill. My old man's behind a tree, fucking covering his ears. It's my grandmother's. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, true story.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh, my belly. My belly. Matt in Indiana has been on there for quite a while. Matt, what is going on in the state, the Hoosier state?
Well, I'm in Missouri now.
Oh, jeez. That's how long you've been on the... Oh, sorry, Matt.
No, I'm a truck driver. I drive back and forth to New Mexico and back and stuff.
Very-
Anyways, you got to keep doing what you're doing, man, because it's just we're sick of the political bullshit that we got to hear. We need some comedy in with what we can hear, and to what you do to the news is the best. I try to tell my wife about your show, and she doesn't want any part of it. But anyhow,
get a new wife, will you?
She heard my daughters are like think Trump's the worst person in the world, and I try to tell them about Hillary and then the political correctness. They're all for that. I mean, you're right on line with this shit.
Well,
this is America, the land of the free speech. Why can't we say what we want to say?
No, it's exactly right, and that's something I don't take for granted. And again, not to kiss up, but you say keep doing what you're doing. As long as Sirius XM lets me do it, I'll do it. And it's needed. I mean, Trump won, for Christ's sake. So
right. And I drive 1,500 miles, 3,000 miles a week. I talk to a lot of people, and I don't see all this stuff for Hillary and all these people against Trump. I mean, I talk to a lot of people out here, and I hardly find anybody that's against Trump. How is the media trying to plague it like the whole world hates Trump?
I know.
It isn't true.
No.
I'm out here. I see it.
Yeah. And I had that same thought. I drive upstate New York before the election. All I saw was Trump signs and if you like your wife and daughter, if they watch enough TV and watch the media and the right channels, they would be brainwashed into thinking this is a very liberal which it's not. It's still center right. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
And they do. I said you're getting your news source from ABC and all the morning news and whatever. I said you've got to listen to all of it to get a fair choice, representation.
Right.
They still don't believe me, but anyhow. I'll keep listening to the Nick DiPaolo show and get updated.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate the call.
Yep.
Drive safe. Let's stay in Indiana, a very tremendous state. Isn't Pence from Indiana? Pence always looks like look at Pence, he looks like he's doing a Reagan impression. If you were going to cast a president in a movie, wouldn't you put Pence?
Yeah, you got the label.
But Andrew, what's going on?
I want to talk about Marriott.
Yeah.
Did you know that organization is run by conservative Mormons? And a key guy that was on that board was Mitt Romney back in 2008. So what happened was what he decided to do was he decided to resign because in 2009 they removed porn from their Marriott in-service room, and he thought that would be a bad look. So then the company in 2011 completely drops it, and then here's the other thing. In 2000, this is the main point. In 2014, they have this LGBT commercial where Jason Collins, right when he came out, about how love travels, and it's a one-on-one little commercial where how everywhere he goes he's going to be fine, and that he's not going to be defined. And it's worked out tremendously for them, and it's really sickening. And it's really sickening to see that Mitt Romney came back to Marriott after he lost the campaign.
I'm trying to follow all of that. That was a lot. Why did you say he left Marriott?
Because they had in-room service porn, which was not a good look for a Mormon. I mean, that Mormon values and conservative. It didn't have the look that he wanted, so he didn't want any part of it because he was getting criticized by the left for it.
How about the commercial I was talking about, though?
No, I'm saying that's a trend of the LGBT and what they're pushing, the horse shit they're pushing.
Right.
They're fake conservatives pushing this agenda down the throat because they want the tax breaks for their hotel company. That company's worth $202 billion.
Well, what makes you say they're conservative, though?
They pose as conservatives. Like I said, Mitt Romney alongside others are conservative, are on the board. No. I know personally.
Okay. Well, Romney's not considered conservative, by the way, in political circles. You know what I mean? He's a GOP establishment.
Obama,
compared to Obama.
Yeah.
I see your point. All right, Andrew. Good stuff. I hear you. But you know, it's trying to follow that. It was a little deep for me. But Romney, you'd laugh. I mean, if you said to Mark Levin, Romney's a conservative, fucking laugh till he passed out. Or any real conservative, you know what I mean? And I kind of I got to be honest with you, because I'm not a real. I get thrown into that. But, I like Romney. I think he's a brilliant guy. But I didn't like how he kind of did Trump. Remember?
Yeah.
In the campaign, he fucking, I don't know. I kind of lost me there. But I'm not a far right, whatever. What was I talking about that led to all this? Oh, Bob McNair for the Texans and the team taking a knee. Unbelievable. People is taking knees now. They don't even know why. They're locking arms and shit. Well, let me get you a scissors lock. Okay. You're going to see that kid on the Shriner Center? He's going to be going to take a knee. He's going to get out of the chair.
Well, he has to.
No. Oh, goodness. Why? That is so... Oh, my God. That was...
If I could, I'd grab this microphone and I'd beat your brains out with it because that's what she deserves. That's what she deserves.
Andy Fiore. Greg in Atlanta wants to talk about political correctness. Greg.
Hello, Mr. Nick. How you doing today?
What's happening?
I was listening to you talk about the comment that Mr. McNair made, and was just wondering if they're ever going to write us a list out of phrases that we can no longer use, like the inmates running the asylum, an empty barrel, or the rule of thumb, or, it's like you got to wait till you say it before you're going to get in trouble and know that you said something wrong. It's kind of ridiculous.
Well, yeah.
Moving language from us, and it's been an acceptable term for eons, and now you can't say that anymore.
Well, yeah. No, you make a good point, Greg. Political correctness, the very definition of it is manipulating people's behavior through language, basically. And you say they're going to give us a list. Yeah, eventually there will be. When you take, I'm sure at corporations, when you take jobs, I bet you there is a list of the,
Yeah.
I'm sure that's, and it's going to grow. That list is going to grow and grow until somebody says, fuck off.
It's getting out of hand. I don't understand. It's like, how do comics even make jokes anymore? You're so worried about somebody going to take something the wrong way. It's almost, political correctness is just going to ruin fun for everybody. It's going to just get rid of it altogether.
Well, yeah, that's what the left does. They take fun out of shit, whether it's ruining the NFL with their fucking social activism horse shit, or limiting comedians' language, or feminists. If you look at them the wrong way, they're going to cry rape. That's what they do. They take the fun out of life. If the fucking left was in charge, they would want the planet to look like the DMV, just a cold place where everybody's in line, sucking ass to the government. That's their ideal world. That's what they think it is. You know what? These feminists, and again, I'm not defending Harvey Weinstein and all these pigs that did this stuff, but eventually men are going to have enough because everybody's doing it now. Everybody. Me too. A waitress, fucking everybody. Politics. Well, you know what? Eventually men are going to stop paying attention to you altogether, and you'd fucking wither up and die in a week. Am I right, Palumbo?
Oh, yeah, they'll be hating that.
Palumbo just gave me the finger through the... Go ahead,
I gave
Greg.
you the thumb finger.
Go ahead, Greg.
That was another thing I seen this weekend was the Ellen picture where she's looking at what's that chick's name, Rack or whatever.
Yeah.
Katy
Perry.
With her wife, and she's looking at that.
Yeah.
I'm like, if that had been any guy, it don't make shit if it was white, black, or whoever. If that had been any dude had that picture taken, I mean, it would have been raped over the coals for weeks on it. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Well, she caught a crock of shit. This is what we love when libs start eating libs. She caught a crock of shit, and again, in a perfect world, I go, good for Ellen. That's funny. She able to do that, but she helped create this fucking PC environment with her horse shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I love when it comes back to bite them. So thanks for the call, Greg.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
All right. He was from Vermont, by the way. Very heavy accent. Have you tried a cheddar? Bill in Seattle, I guess you heard about an immigrant rights group that commented on what, Bill, the baseball thing?
Hey, Nick, there's an ad paid for by the Soros-linked group Latino Victory Project.
Oh, we just looked at it.
And it attacks the the Virginia GOP gubernatorially, I can't say that.
Yeah,
nominee Ed Gillespie.
Yeah,
and it basically in the in the video or in the ad on TV, there's a Trump supporter in a big old Ford pickup.
Yeah,
truck,
we just watched it, Bill. We just watched it. I was going to save it for tomorrow, but
okay, sorry.
But yeah, no, unbelievable. What Soros is the most evil. Should we save it for tomorrow, Andy?
I mean, we only have about 6 minutes left.
I know, so
it's
I
a
like,
good one.
So I think we should
should
save
spend more
it.
time on it.
Yeah,
I had a quick comment.
Yeah, go ahead, Bill.
It's Phil, but anyway, you were talking about men are going to start going away from women, and there was a video on YouTube talking about there's a new problem there. It's almost like a medical diagnosis of where men are escaping into video games, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's already become a some type of a diagnosis for psychological problems that men are having.
So what? They're escaping from all this feminist horseshit and just playing video games and getting lost in that world? Is that what you're...
Exactly. It's like a fantasy escapism.
I think guys were doing that long before this shit propped.
Well, now it's epidemic.
Yeah, I believe it.
Out of control.
I believe it. And those artificial intelligence dolls, those sex dolls, wait till those hit the market. These broads will be fucking shutting their yabs. Yeah.
Yeah, my wife asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I said, just regular sex. And she goes, well, I know exactly what to get you. And I'm like, no, not a real doll or a fleshlight. Didn't she ask me how I knew about those, but anyway.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, I got a problem with listening to your show because every chance I get now at work, I have to say, situation.
It's a dangerous situation at work.
Sounds a little bit odd.
Yeah, well, tell your boss that, listen, it's a condition. All right, Billy. Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it.
Have a good one, Nick.
All righty. Let's go to Sunny, a female named Sunny in California. Now, this is a good... Sunny, by the way, is that's sort of like Sunny Corleone with an O, right, Sunny?
Well, it's with a U.
Oh, it's with a U. Okay.
Sunshine.
All right.
So in the mornings, I listen to Covino and Rich on my way home from work. And so Fashion Talk was already on when I got in my pickup today.
Okay.
And I listened to your show for the half an hour that I had. And it is fantastic. I have never listened to it before. I freaking love it.
Are you from, Sonny, let me ask you a question. Are you a native of California?
I'm actually from Washington.
Washington State. Yeah. Well,
So we live up here in the mountains.
Yeah.
You know, we're not like the rest of the fucking state.
So, but you live in Cal now, right? Or you live in Washington?
No, I live in California.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm glad you like the show, and please tell a bunch of people. We love the West Coast.
Freaking amazing. I love it. I'm going to listen to it every day on my way to work from now on.
What time do you go to work?
I work 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Ooh,
So
what do you do? Hooker?
I'm a nurse.
Okay.
Not a hooker.
I was either hooker or nurse. I went with hooker.
How did I know that you were going to say that?
Because the show is winding down, and I'm not as quick as I was a couple hours ago. Sonny, thank you for the call, and keep listening, and
All right.
and tell your dirty nurse friends, will you?
Oh, yeah, I will.
All righty. Tomorrow I'm going to spend a lot of time over having a hemorrhoidectomy. Tune into that. Right now it's aching, too. I don't know what he did to me today. That was just supposed to be a little exam. Huh?
I massacred my boy.
Look up, I massacred my boy. I want you to use all your powers. What am I, a fucking magician? I want you to use all your powers, Sonny says. Oh, my powers. My aching stem. Anyways, how much time we get?
4.
Oh, 4? That's too bad. Dante in Harlem. Dante, final caller of the night.
My man, what's going on, man?
What's up? Yeah, what's happening, Dante? Oh, you called the show before, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, man, I'm far from the first person to point this out, but every time you have one of these bitch ass callers, man, they always preface it with "you're a funny guy," but
yes,
it's always that's why you just got to cut them off and hit him with a Paulie drop, man.
Yes, I think you know what, Dante. I think because somebody else said Frank from New Hampshire said we got to calm you down. I think that might be the way to go. Hit him with a Paulie drop.
Yo, there's actually I was watching recently. I was watching season 1, and actually Tony says Fiori.
Yes, when he got he got mother's.
We got to add that to the repertoire, man.
I got to find it.
He got flowers for his mother.
Exactly.
Right? Yes.
Exactly.
Good call, man. Yeah, we got to put that. We got to. Here's what I'm gonna hit him with, Dante. The next time a guy gives me this shit, I'm gonna drop a Paulie on him right here.
You're a wormy cocksucker, you know that?
I love that shit, man. Yo, man, that's like my favorite shit about this. I mean, obviously you're so on point, man. I love the show, and just like the Sopranos references are fucking great, man.
I'm telling you, man, endless. We could pull thousands, and I'm obsessed with the show, and I will continue. Dante, thanks for the call, man. I appreciate it.
All right, man, take it.
All right. What a beautiful show we had tonight, folks. Now Bobby and Sissy will do a song.
Lawrence Welk?
Yes. I was going to say, you'd know. Your old man's in his 90s. You too? Your grandparents, Palumbo?
Yep.
Oh, my God. Every Saturday night, about 7 o'clock, I go with my grandparents. Thank you so much, boys and girls.
Bubbles.
Yeah. Remember that thing on SNL? She had the little hand?
Right.
But thank you so much, boys and girls. My grandparents would be sitting there. My guy would be singing. Bobby would be singing, or whatever. My grandfather. He sound like a woman. He sound like a. And my grandmother hated the French chef. No, not French. Julia Child.
Yeah.
My grandmother, because he's Italian. Fuck, she'd be sitting there watching. That was called the French chef, wasn't it?
Paul Perdon.
No. Paul Perdon. What are you talking about?
The French chef.
No. He was a Cajun guy.
Oh, right.
But I think Julia Child was called the French chef, but my grandmother hated her just because she was French and she'd use butter instead of olive oil. She'd be Julia Child. Now you put 2 sticks of butter in. My grandmother would go like this. She's full of shit, this one. Fucking hate the look at her. She's full of shit, this one. Anyways, folks, what a Monday, huh? Hopefully more indictments will come down. We can laugh at the people getting all excited about it. It was a lot of fun. Come see me November 10th and 11th at Comedy Works, Saratoga Springs. November 17th, Cary Memorial Hall, Lexington, Mass. November 18th, the Cabot Theater in Beverly, Mass. And hit me up on Twitter at Nick DiPaolo. And hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, and all that other stuff. I think that about covers it, does it not? It does. Remember to rinse those filthy asses. Who should talk? I should talk. I had a doctor in there for 20 minutes today. He left a nice pen in there. Anyways, we'll talk to you tomorrow night. Take care of yourselves.